Langevel, it's true. For as many people that like it, there are many people who don't like it. Welcome back, Scouse. What train station risk? What if you could make chat have sound like Mr. T? How? I don't think there's an ATS version of this truck presently. There wasn't one on the forum post anyway. Turn right, fool. Crazy fool. I said straight on. Oh my god, driving on the left. I know. I feel the same way every time I drive on the right. Perceptions are amazing. Come on. Forgot to buy a chat of extension package. I seem to remember, Chris, it was being upgraded to version 2 last time I checked. Because ChatNav version 1, if you remember, stopped working. And then we had to get a bug fixes on it. And wait for version 2.0. Scouse, thank you for 22 months. Sorry you haven't been around. Your wife passed away on the 21st of January. Oh dear. Next Friday is her funeral. Happy trucking. Oh, Scouse, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. That must be really tough. No problem. Whenever you want to hang out, come and hang out. Oh, no. I love to stall the truck. I do. Every time I stall it, I'm like, yes! I love it so much. There's no inconvenience in stalling my truck. Yep, Bob, send me another 50p, mate. The money's been like that for a while in this game. At some point I'll reach $1 billion, but it'll be a while yet. When we drop this off, we've got to go and download Paulie's skin. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Perfectly acceptable driving, that is. Dude, I'm indicating, let me in. Well, we made it. We got hit on the way. We got cut up on the way. But we still managed to get there. In one piece. I don't know if we took any damage, though. Apparently not. Level 98. And a third-ish. Thank you, Rusty. Right, let me just tab out and find Paulie's link. Let's copy that. Deja vu. Thank you, Johnny-O. Okay.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Let's drop this in the Eurotruck folder. Oh, kids are here. Right, mod manager. Let's enable this. Number 21 troll bus has turned up, guys. Let's do that. I will reach level 100, but not tonight. Thank you, Paulie. I'm going to swap it in now. Malarkey is compatible with the new DLC, but it obliterates it. It doesn't, like, integrate with it. Pyro Insano, welcome back. Why would your pro mods load slow? Because every time you load in a new mod, I think it has something to be rebuilding cache or something. I don't know, Chris. It just takes forever. I don't know. I think it's just the sheer size of it, maybe. No problem, Paulie. It depends, Malarkey. If you want to use pro mods, it's up to you, Malarkey, at the end of the day. Depends what you want to do. If you want to see the DLC, you'll have to turn off pro mods to do it. That's what I'm saying. Alright, let's go down the road. Down the road again. I think so, Bob. I don't have a graphic mod other than the Winter Frosty mod. Well, I'm loading it from SSD, Doverkin. Shiny Shane, thank you for 11 months, almost a year, just popping in to show my sub as I'm in bed with the flu. No! Get well soon. Truck configurator, let's have a look. Ooh. I've spotted something already, Paulie.
Welcome to the
Interestingly, it's fine on this side, but not on this side. That's nice. Confirm order. Trailer configurator. Nice. Unbelievable. Look how good that is. HM the Queen. Wait, didn't the Queen sub yesterday? How can the Queen sub again? One must be an imposter. Thank you for your support. I think Doverkin, everybody wanted the bull ball. So we're leaving it, I think. Not that you can see it. Let's get some cargo. Transmission change. Depends which way the transmission ratio goes, though. We could try it. This was Her Majesty the Queen. Well, who was the one yesterday, then? Ammunition to Canterbury? What could they possibly be doing with that? Yes. Here's the Paulie skin. Connor, you should change your studio lighting to blue to match the colour of the truck, lol. I ain't messing with my lighting. Name's Ram, I don't still have Santa. Connor always uses the sleigh option when he delivers. Well, that's not true. He uses that sometimes. He likes the Santa one. He's holding on to Christmas. Sirius Max, how you doing, sir? Are you well? Grimbros Gaming. Thank you for your support, Grimbros. Welcome to the Net House. Right, let's try. So that's 488 differential. This is a 378 differential. Let's see what that does. You're all very well. That's good to hear, man. Good to hear. You flying tomorrow, Max? Did you decide yet, Max, on your Twitch name? You were thinking of changing it. I'm on your honours list. Fantastic. Well, the fact that you call me Sir Paul means you're obviously going to knight me. I'm in for a knighthood. Is that what it is? I'm going to go this way and see what speed we can get out of it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It may be a little better. I can't tell yet. Connor, we did that one. What are you talking about? I don't just use Slay. That's true. You use Fantastic most of the time. Uh-oh. 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 Sheffield, we're in, Eric. Sorry, Manchester. Right, 22 tons of ammunition. You did actually fail at that delivery, Connor. You missed a T. Right, we'll let Jeff turn it around. We can almost see it now. Can almost see that livery.
Welcome back.
Mulviotales. I don't know how we say your name, but welcome back. You're looking at the wrong time, gents. It's 6:09 AM. The ETA is 14:42. If it starts raining, it will snow automatically, Delphikin. Class 221, thank you for 3 months. Good evening. You're welcome, Malarkey. I'm sure he could move forward a lot more than that. Whoa, we went backwards. That was amazing. My eye is itching. Thank you, Grimbo. Slap Train recommended me. Thank you, Grimbo. Thanks for your sub, man. Erica, 2 months. Oh, this 22 tons doesn't want to move. You don't want a massive firework spike. That's very true. Mr. Byron, thank you for 3 months. Welcome back to C2 Den. I went for the other gearbox, the second one on the list. Yeah, the 8-speed with a different differential. Good night, Paulie. Thanks once again, man. We'll get to see it in daytime shortly, I hope. Go and enjoy your evening with your wife and tell your wife I said thank you. Oh, you said your missus, Paulie. When you said your missus, that generally implies your wife, surely. Alright, your mistress then. I don't know, whatever you call her. Tell her I said thank you. Is it better with the new gearbox? It's hard to tell because I think I've got quite a lot more weight this time. The ratios feel different, but we'll see what the top speed looks like. There we go, we're building up speed. It's actually really struggling with this gearbox. I need to get some fuel at some point. I think that extra tank, I don't think it actually gave us more fuel. I'm thinking that was just cosmetic. Actually, no, we have got a better top speed. Look at that. We're like cruising up to 80 now. Look at this. I could do 80 no problem in the green zone, that's fine. So yeah, it is harder to get going, but it has a higher top speed. Yeah, but we was RPM limited, Nightmare. Even if I was going downhill last time, I would have taken the engine into the red zone. Yeah, whereas now, we can actually not do that. 7:20 AM and it's still dark in the game. That's crazy. Capitef, how are you doing? Look at this, 85. When am I going to Florida? June. I'll be there for 2 weeks. Flights are booked. More or less the first 2 weeks of June, more or less. It'll be like Sunday night trucking. Next day I go to Orlando. Can't come soon enough, bro. It's gonna be hype. It's gonna be so much fun. Can't wait. Max, when I go seeing Ty in Boston, are you gonna be around then? Rich Chandler, Walkerbeck? Because I'll be with him for a couple of days before. You'll be around, nice. Yeah, we gotta go for a beer and stuff. Maybe some flying. I don't know. I'm easy over. I want to do some flying when I'm over though. But yeah, we need to go somewhere. Be good. Really looking forward to it. Oh, I'm gonna love it. Gonna love it so much. One day when you take a trip to the UK. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Orlando, Mr. Big Time, but I'm gonna fly up to Boston and see Cat Strater and Max, and hang out there for a couple of days. Because I'm gonna be over in the States. It's not. You know, if you fly from Orlando up to Boston, and then I can fly back later in the week. Because it's like, I think the flight is about £65 or something to go from Orlando to Boston. So it's not expensive. And if I can convince Cat Strater to stream when I'm there, I know it won't be a Monday or Friday. No, it won't be a Friday. If I can convince Cat Strater to stream while I'm there, I can, like, photo bomb in the background. Permanently on holiday, Crusher. Nice. Tim, I don't think he's got Nico's cockpit though, has he, in his room? If I remember. Cat Strater's setup. I don't think his room is full motion. I could be wrong. Apart from when he's had a curry the night before. But I'm sure we could do something fun. It would be kind of cool. Jeff Faviano's going to be in Orlando, yeah. There's going to be Jeff Faviano's going, Chewy's going, Dirk is going, Max is going, Josh Gibbs is going. I'm trying to think now. Cat Strater's going. Who else? A lot of people though. Tim's going. Tim from Pilot Edge is going. I don't know how. I assume Keith is going from Pilot Edge. Yeah, he is going. I'm sure he is. John. I think John Fly's going. I'm not sure. I assume John Fly's going. Yeah, it's going to be a serious party. That is very true. There's yeah, it's going to be really good fun. You ever go to New York again someday, check out Adirondacks. Much better than New York City when it comes to scenery. Adirondacks, I've never heard of that name. What parks are you going to in Disney World? I don't know the details yet. We've not worked out those details. I would like to go to Universal Studios, and I'd like to go to the Kennedy Space Center. The wife and the kids want to go to Harry Potter World, so they're going to go and do that. Uh-oh, I'm gone. Uh-oh. Stupid lane drop-offs. Canada. I'd like to go to Canada one day. But maybe not in winter. I've seen The Long Dark. I know what it's like. Bob! Some beer tokens. Thank you, Bob. Thank you. If they ever rebuild the UK in this game, we'll finally get rid of all these lane drop-offs. Oh, look at that now. You can see the skin in daylight. How epic is that? That's full-on retro, that is. Oh, good. Not bad, Jackhammer. If I could get the weather on my side for my night rating, I would be happier, but you can't have everything. Minus 38 wind chill in Ohio. Yeah, Nightmare, I've never heard of that place. I was watching a video today, what's his name? Aviation 101 guy. He was, he's doing like he's doing a trip from Florida to the West Coast, and he's putting his episodes on YouTube. And in today's episode, well, this week's episode, he was landing in Sedona, I think it was, which was a cracking landing. It's in the Grand Canyons, and you've got like the town, and elevated from the town is the actual airfield. So as you're doing your pattern, you're flying over all the town, and then you land on the airfield higher up than everybody else, and it's all surrounded by Grand Canyon mountains. Looks incredible. Use 27. Now you've got laminate floors, make it very slippy. Yeah, Jack, you need to put down a rug or something and get some locking caster wheels. Or just get a dining chair that doesn't have wheels. To refuel soon. Correct. The Grand Canyon is weird. I think it depends what time of day you fly. Like early morning, late evening, the shadows look incredible. Essentially northern New York where all the countryside is. Sounds nice. Oh, hang on.
Oh, yeah.
Bob Monkhouse, 1,500 bits. Thank you very much for your support, Bob. Appreciate the bits, buddy. It's a full-on cloverleaf. My foot is flat on the throttle here. This is insane. Will you ever think of joining Jeff's OCRP on GTA? To what end though, Mr. Big Time? Like, Jeff makes videos on GTA, I don't. And it's not, the problem is it's not a streamable game if you're trying to do some kind of a PG thing. Because if you've ever watched it, a lot of people swear. And you can't control what other people are going to say in the game.
Happy
18 plus streams, Cinema Lives. I've done streams of 18 plus games, but not streams. I don't stream in a multiplayer environment where everybody else can just swear like they do in GTA RP, if you see what I mean. Don't get me wrong, I love role-playing stuff, I really do. But how can I keep that PG? I can't work out how. Pyro Insano, thank you for 3 months. Look forward to more, thank you. Oh, Mrs. Squirrel's here with a cup of tea. Thanks. My summer car is barely PG. I agree. That's why the mature flag goes on. How's Mr. Squirrel? She's mostly okay. She's dealing with it. If you want, Sly. Start a PG GTA 5 server like OCRP, but with no cussing and swearing. How on earth? Nobody would play that. Nobody. No, Connor. I've not got any PO box. Sure you would, Dave. 60s. This truck. Oh, look at the trailer. Look at that. Brings back memories. You want a very British version of DOJ. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Speaking of swearing, the baobab tree. It's going back a few years, that, Presley. What was that, 2015 video? 2014? That's a while ago. How can you tell how fast you're going? There's a speedo right there. And the bottom of the screen, it also tells you what speed you're going. You get paid to do this. What's cool about simulation? I don't know how to answer that to somebody like yourself. Believe it or not, there are people who drive trucks for a living who also play a simulation. And there are people who can't drive trucks that play a simulation. People play this game to relax. There's all kinds of reasons for it. Why does anybody play any sim game, right? Do you play any sims at all, Mr. Armorwing? Like, have you tried a flight sim? A racing sim? Farming sim? I play farm sim for the physics. Black Mutt, 61 months. Been lurking off and on all day while I do chores and watch Daytona, but I hate to miss Sunday Night Trucking. Thanks for the 5+ years. You're welcome, Black Mutt. Thank you for 61 months. All good, how you doing, man? If you would, Cyberite, because I'm struggling up this hill. A number of people, Audi, and I'm talking like people who've emailed in over the years, well over 20 people I would say, have emailed in to say they watched my videos, bought the game, played the game, went on to learn to drive a truck, now drive trucks for a living. That's the power of Sims. Some decades later, who play a space sim when you fly a spaceship for real? Who knows? There are people who fly in flight sims and then go on to fly for real. That happens a lot. You went for a truck lesson in the Lens after watching one of your videos. Absolutely terrifying. What, my video or the truck lesson? That's very true, Bog Monkers. That is true. Good evening, Triple C. There are people who would fly, but they're colourblind and things like that, so they fly on Sims. Or they can't get the medical to do it, so they fly on Sims. There are just so many reasons that people fly Sims. I don't have a plan to do transport fever, Josh, now. You can't fly because you're colourblind. There you go. It's farming sim, so I don't have to do any of the hard work. Well, the tractor does it for you these days, Dave. It's not like you have to go out there with your oxen. Or your scythe. Maxwell, thank you for 3 years. Keep on trucking. Thank you, dude. Yeah, but Dave, it's 18-hour days in summer. In winter, there is not, is it? The way that farming works is a lot of their time gets piled up into summer when the weather's good. work at the airport. Awesome. I can believe it, Dave. I've seen Re-entry Orbital Simulator. I've seen Jeff's video. I didn't fancy it at the moment because it's basically sit inside a pod and learn the sequence of buttons to press, and there are many buttons and many sequences. And I just thought, Customs Officer Simulator. Isn't that, isn't that Papers, Please? I think I've gone the wrong way. Yep, went the wrong way. Typical British motorway intersection. Roundabout underneath the highway. Still, the new DLC for, I think it comes out next week, Subnautica. Early access. That'd be good. I wonder how long it'll take them to finish it, because Subnautica took a few years. They did a cracking job on it though. See you later, Gamma. Looking forward to Washington State DLC. I suppose it will give you a nice long drive up that west coast. If you ever come here in real life, is this Dartford? Is Dartford Crossing? Yes. If you ever come here in real life, do not break the speed limit when you go over these bridges. They have lots of cameras and they are very hot on it. That's my advice to you. I want to do a video where I fly over this as well. Ouch. I want to do a video where I fly over the Dartford Crossing.